Then you have 4 chakra vortexes. That is pretty cool. It's really nice. There is one at the corner of the house here, which is the 7th chakra. And there is one just in front here, which is the 1st chakra. So imagine you have a place here that is totally focused on what you can call oneness. The 1st chakra is oneness with the physical reality. We are one with the earth, we are one with all the living beings on earth. The 7th chakra is we are one with the universe, the spiritual world. Well, if you have 2 of those here, you actually are doing what many native people are doing. They really try to understand that living in alignment with the land is the way to become truly spiritual. Those 2 are telling that.
They're both 7?
The 7th and the 1st.
So the one's on the corner, the 7th.
And the 1st is just here at the open area here in the how do you call it?
I call it the pond.
The pond.
You want it to be a pond.
I have a few.
We can later indicate the exact centers of the places, you know, and this we'll put them on a map also.
So they both work. One works on the oneness with the universe, the 7th.
Yes.
And the 1st one
is the oneness with the physical reality.
The 1 is our connection to the planet.
To the planet.
The 7 is the connection to everything else.
Yes. So for many of the native people, indigenous people, you know, both are very important because they connect with spirit, but they have this very deep connection, something that we have lost over time. And in that sense, it's so nice to have that one here, right? And there are 2 more. One is just behind the upper house. And you know, when you go around the house and you get to the open area there, you walk straight into that one, which is a 6th chakra, which is the one of intuitive knowledge. Which is beautiful because if you want to connect with what's around, that's a very good way to help you to really do so. And then when you go just outside of where you have the fence, maybe I will come back to that area because it's a very important area. There is a heart chakra.
Whoa.
So you have your heart and your 6 up there. You have your 1 and your 7 here in the center. This is really, really very cool.
And 6 is 3rd eye.
Yeah. So that in and of itself is already wonderful. Then there is this layer of, and then we go to the next step, that's the consciousness. There are 3, well, there are always many, but there are many different levels. Actually, the human consciousness, which is a reflection of the human morphogenetic field, has 12 layers. You know, it's too complex to go in all the details, but what is happening now, what we have seen over time, is that the whole consciousness is moving more and more towards the highest level, level 12. It's the only one in the Sedona area that has increased in size, while all the other ones are going down. Because apparently we are beginning to focus more and more on that higher level. This is another way of saying that we apparently move towards the shift into higher consciousness, where many people are talking
We're
about.
calling it the evolutionary upward spiral.
Which is exactly that. You know, so it's reflected also in those systems. And you have 3 vortexes, 1 belonging to level 11 and 2 that are belonging to level 12, supporting actually people who are coming here.
So she got rid of 2 of them.
And then there is a 3rd. And then people call on the 3rd, right? Yes. So one of them is level 11 and 2 are level 12, and they help to us to access, when we are in a relaxed state, that information in the morphogenetic field that is most optimal for us. So they're very important.
Now say that again.
That is most comfortable for us.
Most optimal for
Most
us.
optimal.
Yes.
Now say that again.
Yeah.
So those vortexes help us when we are in a sufficient relaxed state to connect with that information from the morphogenetic field that is most optimal for us. So that's very, very important also. So you have enough on the land here, and there may be more on the slopes higher up. We didn't check that out, but it's just within where people are always moving around. And that's what our focus was. So this is the area where people are mainly staying when they're here. So that is where they pick up most of the energies. And now we come to, let's say, those who lived here before. And of the Yavapai Apache, there is one spirit that's on the land. And that spirit is not completely happy. He is residing down here in the basement, and that was Ginny picked up already the first time we came here. And when we walked around, you indicated very clearly, well, here I walk straight into that energy field. He gave a suggestion, but there is more to connect with, and that's one of the things that needs to be talked about, because there are different ways to deal with a spirit that's on the land, depending on what the spirit is saying. But there was one thing that was very interesting. He was not unhappy, but he was also not completely happy, because he felt that the connection with what was should be to some degree restored. And he indicated something very simple. He said he would be happy with a small medicine wheel, because that is what used to be just down here. And he said it was a very important place, and that is actually connected with the energy of the ruins up, and is maintaining from a native perspective the ancestor energies of the land that needs to be preserved. We can have different opinions about that. I'm just sharing the information that we got. So that is the only element that we found of the Yavapai Apaches. If you go into the Sinaguas, there are a number of lines that go through the land, but I didn't feel any energy that, let's say, was out of alignment or was specifically important in this moment in time, other than that the different places are all having some effect or some influence, but there was nothing that we picked up of, hey, that needs attention or that has a specific effect on